Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Friday night to join me. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys are just tuning in after that 30-minute long monologue that I let just sort of, come from my mouth. It just sort of came out of me, I promise. It's just one of those things. I feel kind of weird about it, but it's sort of just like that's why I have this channel, and that's why I talk to myself. I have contingencies set up for this very reason. And so, anyways, I'm back with you because obviously I'm trying to get to 1,000 videos before April 20th, right? And this has, been something that has just evaded me for a long time now, and so I decided to make another video, right? And if you haven't been with me over the course of the last year, just know that it has been a roller coaster. I mean, quite literally, life is like that. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. Sometimes you fall off. That's just the way that it is. Sometimes you decide to have a bunch of kids you can't afford, and that makes you a bad person. No, it doesn't. Who are you kidding? Remember, I'm pro people, and I'm more from the school of thought that says, have as many kids as you want to have. That's kind of the point of life, and moreover, I would say that people that bully other people, link in the description below. Obviously, this is coming from somewhere, but I just firmly do not agree with this particular content creator. Obviously, watch the video. It's okay to watch things that you may not agree with, right? Because it's important to understand how these people, come to these conclusions. And I get it. In and of itself, being a patron at the bingo hall in a very progressive area where there were both conservative and left-leaning quiet generation participants at said bingo hall. I've always been privileged to an array of sort of insight. Whether or not it's right or wrong, that's not my decision. I'm just here to talk about nothing. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm good at. So, link in the description below. This particular content creator, even in the title, Poverty Talk, poor people having children and they shouldn't have them or whatever. But like, here's the thing, all right, is that we all kind of understand that, especially as millennials, my generation in particular, and good luck to Z's and Alphas, right? Because we're now all coming to the kind of collective conclusion that we might not be able to afford having children. And it's just interesting that, like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of being a sentient species. I mean, I kind of think we fail to realize these things sometimes because we're so caught up in like our very trivial, very short life that we kind of, don't put these things into perspective, right? I mean, it's literally about our children and grandchildren. I mean, that's like in and of itself. This is the secular science guy talking. It's like if you don't make babies, there aren't people, and then there's nobody to take advantage of. And how fun is that? Nobody to take advantage of. I mean, what's a guy to do, right? Hire a bunch of robots and have even when that happens, it still ultimately sucks that there aren't any more people, right? Like, because that's kind of, I mean, I'm a people guy. Again, like I said, it just happens to be my current experience on this timeline, and so I'm kind of just owning that. But all that I'm saying is, like, I think people that judge other people based on their socioeconomic status to begin with, right? Like, why are you concerned as to how many these poor people are having? I mean, are you going they okay, I get it, right? They feel like they're gonna have to support this baby now, and this baby mama and their family, and people are gonna be put on welfare, and oh my god, what's the world, where is it going, right? Like, what are the parents gonna do? Like, like, when will I have an opportunity to exploit the adults? Like, I mean, if I don't have an opportunity to exploit adults, then I kind of, I'd have to do all the work myself. And that wouldn't be fun, right? So it's just sort of like, it's super ironic, that people find that they have, this sort of experience to judge other people on how they live their life as it concerns their choice to have 10 kids, 12 kids, I mean, I don't ever see anyone hating on any of the well-to-do white women who have like 12 kids at one time and show reality TV about it. And in fact, quite often those end in tragedies, and we don't discuss that, right? So again, it's just sort of like it's okay for some people, right? And obviously, like, Elon Musk, is kind of, I think he would side with me on this, right? Because the man has like 12 kids, so I think even a guy like that understands the simple number game of, propagating a species. So, like, I just feel like if you're a person that hates on other people because they're poor and they have a bunch of kids, like, come on now, like, you're better than this, right? Like, you are so much better than spending your time thinking about what other people's lives do and how they impact you when they don't. And that's a rhetorical statement when I went and said earlier that, like, people often attribute higher tax, like, what reasonable person attributes any said behavior to any undoing of their own personal life? Seriously, like, I can't, what, like, higher taxes? Do you guys know what the tax rate is? Do you know how much you pay in taxes? Do you know about tax brackets? I mean, I'm not being facetious. I'm literally asking. There's probably some people that do. And those people that do, realize, well, an assortment of different things. And I'm just saying that ultimately, I can assure you that you are not paying for other people's children. What you're paying for is government-sanctioned murder. Haven't you turned on the news? That's where your tax dollars go. They don't, unfortunately, they don't go to, other people that need it so that they can survive, because arguably that would be a good place to send taxpayer money, to ensure that we're safe, to ensure that we have an opportunity to be prosperous, free from governmental agencies and private entities harassing us and forcing us into economic servitude, I mean, all of these different things. And I'm just saying that, like, again, unless you can pinpoint exactly how a poor family impacts you individually, and how in a negative way you are going to suffer from poor people having babies, then I'll digress. I mean, obviously I'd be wrong. I would say that I'm sorry, and I would make an entire video about how I was wrong. Unfortunately, we both and we all know that that's not going to happen. Not now, not ever, because that's not the way the world works. And again, more power to the people out there who, despite the economic challenges that we all face, give sort of a big bird to the people out there that want to judge them and dictate how they live their lives and complain about more people when, again, that's kind of the whole point. Kind of the whole point, We're born, we live, we die, and in that time, we have, if we're lucky enough, right? Because again, no facetious in that statement. Like, some of us aren't able to produce children, some of us are not born with this very, sacred, dare I say, sort of thing, I mean, it's kind of magical, it's kind of cool. Like, it's one of the things that is of intrinsic value. It provides us not just with people to exploit, but, people to raise and to love and to teach to do better than we did, because we've clearly not been our best selves for about 2025 years or so. I mean, I'm not sure, but I'm just saying that you guys don't judge people on, the family, the familial size they have, and moreover, like, don't try and get too judgy with, how you may or may not think that poor family ultimately affects you. You should be more concerned about what you can do to help, increase the likelihood that more people than not want to have large families. because again, we need people. I just that's what it is. We're people. You're a person. I'm a person, and in order to keep this whole scheme going, we need more people. So kudos, make babies. Make as many babies as you can, and and then seriously, and then like I mean. I'm not, don't take me no type of way. You feel me? The world's an awful place, sure. But that doesn't mean it can't be better. And that doesn't mean that we can't teach, future human beings to not do the things that we've done, right? Like, that's a pretty simple thing in and of itself to do. And I just think that, again, let the government and let your neighbor and let society, again, those are the people that can help instead of become, sort of this echo chamber of negativity and pessimism, like on a new level, again, because we should be wanting to have more children, and we should be giving people more economic opportunities. We should be socialists. No, we should be a lot of things, but we all got to start somewhere, right? So don't hate on the Poverty Talk people, and shout out to them for making their content and keeping the world guessing as to how you affect the rich guy down the street because he chose to have 5 kids. I just, again, like, it doesn't make any sense. Breaking character, hey, thanks for watching my show. I really appreciate it, every single time. Last time it was a 30-minute video. My phone's about to die. I gotta be completely honest. I'm wrapping this up. I don't want this phone to die in the middle of this video. It's happened before. I'm sure it'll happen again. It's not going to happen right now. So, anyways, you guys stay well, you feel me? And please, again, understand that, like, the things that I say, especially if you're involved in my real life or whatever, this is not, the time or the place, right? This is my time, this is my place. You're welcome to be here. I want you to be here, but, don't take offense, personally, again, to anybody out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, because you can't assume that I'm talking about you. It's just, you would be more narcissist than I am if you assumed these things. So I'm just saying, right? Anyways, listen, like, don't hate on people that are poor and have a bunch of kids. This is, we should be more worried about why people are poor to begin with. And we should, in fact, I don't know, be rewarding people for having children. Is that weird to say? That instead of, like, chastising and putting, some sort of negative, like, red label, red scarlet letter on some things, like, we should actually reward people for having kids, like, that's being a steward to the species, right? Like, you got kids, you should be rewarded. You shouldn't be made felt that you can't afford them. That shouldn't even be a question, like, we want kids. Kids are good, again, because not in the way that we need to take advantage of them or do any of the same things that have been done to us on a generational level, but, like, really start to be better. At some point we gotta be better. It's all that I'm saying. Otherwise, like, I'm not sure we'll be around a lot longer, and man, am I an optimist? I'm trying to live to be 113 years old. Can we do this, please? I need to smoke in 3 centuries. I need to smoke right now. My name is Albert. This is Vlogs About Nothing. I hope that you guys have a really good night, okay? Bye.